Hey everyone, hello and welcome, Tony Bing here. Now this will be the final hero I will be covering for the biggest ever update. That's all 59 now covered from the perspective of their tooltips and talents at least. I'm starting to work through the cosmic trials as well, but I might have a break for a day or two before I go into that next mammoth task. But I've left Scarlet Witch to last because although I have her cosmic prestige, I don't have a massive amount of knowledge on her. I know she's got two ways of kind of skills you can use on live, two very different builds, and really in order to get her to the maximum cosmic prestige I buffed the area of effect on Chaos Warp and basically went through the levels, holding down my left mouse button to move, holding down the right mouse button for Chaos Warp, and just killing all the trash, and that's how I prestiged on her. It was nice and easy. So, but that's the reason I don't have a great deal of knowledge. So with that in mind, with this particular video, it will by and large just be covering the tooltips, and when I get time I will also have a run through the Cosmic Trial as well. So if any of you guys have got a build you would like me to run through in Cosmic Trial, do let me know in the comments below. But let's start off with the first tree, which is Decimation. Now before we discuss the skills, for some context I will mention that she has a new primary resource, and the way this resource works is you'll use certain skills to build it, and then when you build it it'll buff other skills. And in a way I suppose it's a bit similar to Hulk with his anger, in that you build a resource up. It doesn't have to be full, this resource, like Hulk, but once you build the resource up you can then start spending it to gain an additional effect there. The skill that will build the resource, Chaos Energy, is Hex Bolt. You can see that here, Chaos Energy restored, 15 on hit. Now we then have Chaos Rift, so we can see this is your regular vulnerability skill, but it now has the Chaos effect of 100% chance to instantly destroy minor enemies when cast, so that's quite nice. You can only have one area of this, but the fact it says one would tell me that potentially in talents we can up that. Next up we have Chaotic Hex, which is just a ranged spender. The Chaos effect being it fires between 1 and 5 additional bolts there, so the damage could be very random on it, but that is the whole point of the Chaos effects really. Next up anyway, it's Bouncing Hex, which is just a ranged skill here. The Chaos effect on this is between 3 and 6 maximum enemies hit, so I could really bump that up quite a bit. And then we have Beasts from Beyond, so it's a ranged area Chaos skill. You hits up to 2 targets at a time, and the enemies take 20% extra Chaos damage here. And then we have Hex Fear, so this is a stun and it also has charges. And then we have Chaos Warp. Love this skill from my time prestiging. With this, Chaos Overload must be active in order to use it. It provides a slow, quite a high health on hit, and it also absorbs damage, so it's pretty powerful there. And then we'll finish up this tree looking at the signature, which is Unmake Reality, so instantly destroys non-boss enemies, has a stun, and it will restore 100% of your Chaos Energy. Now just quickly before we look at the next tree, I believe 2 skills have had visual changes, so I'll show them off. First one is Hex Bolt. Absolutely certain that's been changed, looks quite nice now. And then we have Beasts from Beyond. I'm pretty sure this has been changed as well. The area of effect looks larger and a lot more pronounced. There we go. I can't remember it looking as good as that on live, but you also see she's got that nice shield round her as well, so you can see it. Does look very nice. But let's now look at the next tree here, and that would be Negation. With this tree we start off by looking at our dash, which is Chaos Shift. Now this has got the usual charges, however it has the Chaos effect, and it is 15% chance to instantly refresh its cooldown, so that's certainly quite interesting. It could help you stay mobile. Next up it's Reality Implosion, so this is a weaken. The Chaos effect is 25% chance for an enemy to explode after a short duration. And then we have Ravenous Binding, so with this it immobilises enemy, slows them, regenerates health, and the Chaos effect is 25% chance for affected enemies to spread the effect up to 3 nearby enemies when they're defeated, so that could be quite nice to see that. But next up anyway, we have obfuscation. That's the best I can say that this late at night. This is slow and it applies unbreakable to yourself and all nearby allies. The chaos effect is 25% chance to deflect incoming projectiles. And then we have Chaos Blast, which is a ranged spender skill. So with this, 10% for each different disruption power used in the last 10 seconds, and that stacks up to 4 times there. The Chaos effect is a 5% chance to trigger Dark Hex, Iron Maiden or Reality Implosion with a low 1 second cooldown there. And then we have Iron Maiden. So with this, mental damage to affected enemies when they attempt to use any power, 8 second duration, 4 second cooldown. The Chaos effect is 5% chance to make enemies in rage, taking 100% more damage from Iron Maiden and gaining 30% move speed. And then we have Dark Hex, so ranged area skill, doing mental damage of course, and the Chaos effect is 25% chance to cause mental damage twice per second, as well as a 25% chance to make enemies take extra damage from Chaos Blast, and finally a 25% chance to reduce the power's cooldown by 50%. So quite a bit there. It also gains 50% damage for each triggered Chaos effect. And then finally we have Bewildering Hex here, so this will confuse enemies and it has a 20% chance to refresh its cooldown if you're using the kind of chaos energy. Again, like the first 3, I do believe some of the skills have had the visuals upped. I'll fire them off. I could be wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments below, but I'm certain they've been made to look a lot nicer. First off we have this. Have a look at that skill there. Could be one that's not changed, or maybe just not tried it in live, but I'm pretty certain it's new. But the next skill, that was, of course I should say, Chaos Blast. But the next skill we look at is Reality Implosion. There we go. I can't remember all the ground kind of kicking up with the dirt as well. I'll show it once more. There we go there. And then we have the skill here. I'm not going to attempt the name again. I can't recall all the kind of energy crackling around here. And then finally we have the Dark Hex one. There we go, everything kind of firing out the screen. As mentioned, I could be completely wrong. When I was looking at Magneto, I believed all these skills had changed and none had. It had just been so long since I'd played them, so if these visual effects haven't been updated, apologies, and let me know in the comments. But let's look at the talents and traits now anyway. Okay, we'll now start off looking at the traits and then we'll move on to the talents. So the offensive trait is Chaos Magic. You gain a 3% critical hit chance, archetype is Tactician, and you gain a damage bonus on attributes Energy and Intelligence. For the defensive trait we have Reality Bending, which provides health on hit. The archetype is Tough, and we gain a bonus multiplier to defense and deflect. And then we have this resource that really does change so much on her. So it's Chaos Energy, and Chaos Energy generates when you deal chaos damage. When chaos energy has been filled, enter a chaos overload state. And the effects of this: powers can spend chaos energy to change probability of random effects, ensuring the maximum possible outcome occurs. And during this stage, chaos energy will not be generated, so it really could create some pretty interesting builds. Let's look at the talents now anyway. The first one we look at is Reality Shred. So Chaos Rift has a 5% higher chance to instantly defeat enemies, so that would take that up to 10%, and Chaos Rift gains a max area there, so you could have up to 2 of them. And then Beast from Beyond hits an additional target whenever it deals damage, and it also gains a 5% vulnerability. We then have Further the Chaos. With this you gain a 3% chance to cast a Chaotic Hex when you use any power, and Bouncing Hex gains a chance to create 1 additional projectile, and that deals 50% damage. And then finally in this tree we have Bad Luck. So with this, Iron Maiden damage goes up by 100%, and your dodge chance and critical hit chance also go up by 3% there. Talent line number 2, we start off with Implode Reality. So Reality Implosion gains the following effects: total damage 200%, and it gains an 8-second cooldown, and the chaos effect is 25% chance to reset its cooldown when activated. Next talent we have Chaos Blast. So Chaos Blast now deals chaos damage and can now trigger Chaos Rift and Beasts from Beyond. And finally in this tree we have Chaos Ascendant. So Chaos Warp gains the following effects: no longer requires Chaos Overload or spends Chaos Energy. However, it has a max channel time of 4.4 seconds, but during that you gain 200% damage and you're invulnerable for the duration of it, with a cooldown of 20 seconds. That really could be quite interesting, that skill, for a lot of content. But next up we have Positive Outcome. So Ravenous Binding applies rapid healing to all allies there, and the cooldown of Obfuscation, we'll call it, comes down by 5 seconds. And then next talent we have Balance. So Hex Sphere no longer deals chaos damage and has a 5% chance to transform enemies into something less dangerous, and non-chaos power gains 10% damage. What I'll do when I do the cosmic trial, I'll most likely select this particular talent so we can see what it transforms enemies into. I'm curious about that. I tried it on the dummy in here and it doesn't change it, but that's no real surprise, but we'll try it live soon enough. The next talent in this line anyway is Command Chaos. So when you deal chaos damage, the cooldown of Hex Sphere is reduced by 1 second and chaos damage goes up by 10%. We then are on to talent line number 4, where we start off with Power Overwhelming. Unmake Reality reduces chaos energy costs by 30% for 10 seconds. And then we have Chaos Mastery. So Unmake Reality modifies effects that have a chance to occur from any of your equipped items, increasing those chances to 100% for 5 seconds. And then we have Reality Breach. So Unmake Reality gains the following effects: cooldown comes down by 10 seconds, duration goes up by 1 second there. And then the final talent line, we start off with Chaos Magic Restoration. So 10% chance to hit, 10% chance on hit even, to regenerate 630 health per second for 5 seconds, and you gain a maximum health just shy of 1400. And then we have Chaos Magic Ruinous Flux. So it's a 10% chance on hit to create a protective ward there, and you can see that it does a dot and a deflect chance of 10% as well, duration 5 seconds. And then we finish up with Chaos Magic Withering Agony. So 10% chance on hit to deal mental damage twice per second for 5 seconds, and damage over time, power damage, goes up by 10%. So it does look like there's quite a lot of options there. I'm not a Scarlet Witch expert at all, so I'm not really sure what you could do with that, but it does look like there's a whole lot of options for the kind of theory crafters and the build creators that are really able to get into the ins and outs of characters. Like I kind of feel that compared to some of the people that create builds, some of the top creators, I just can't understand certain characters, and I think Scarlet Witch may be one that I just can't get my head around. But I'll be very interested to see what some of the other guys do come up with. If you guys have got any thoughts about particular builds you would like to run after seeing this video, let me know in the comments below. And we're actually done. That's the final test centre preview video, so keep an eye out in the next few days for some cosmic trial runs, and feel free to request any particular heroes within the comments of this thread, or just generally on the YouTube page, or even via Twitter as well. There you can catch me at TonyBingGaming. But thanks for tuning in, thanks for kind of going through me with all these videos and all your support, and I'll see you all again soon.